All right, back we go. Another video madman today. Let's look at ONTX to start it up again. ONTX. All right, this is on Canova Therapeutics. 183 million float, bigger float. Short growth has gone down 14%. Market cap 130 million, cash 24 million, revenue 204,000, assets 25 million. Stock splits talking about 107%. Insiders don't own, institutions 6.5%. Says it has zero debt on trade ideas. Value 90 million, so a little bit overvalued. Clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, engages in the identification and development of oncology therapeutics. It focuses on discovering, developing small molecule drug candidates to treat cancer. Company was founded by Ramesh Kumar Reddy on December 22nd, 1998, and is headquartered in Newtown, Pennsylvania. I'm in Philadelphia, so that's north of here. Let me see the insiders. 72,000 buys, no sells. All right, let's look at 0.20 million in sales, floats big. Any news recently? They did a public offering that was January 7th. What other things they have here? Development, registration, commercialization of ON12300 greater in Greater China. They have a phase 2 clinical trial for patients high risk MDS. Phase 3 clinical for metaplastic syndrome. So they got some stuff going on here. It's at 6 o'clock East Coast. Let's look at the monthly. This was on July 13th or July 31st, 2013. This is when this came out. Yeah, this came all the way down. See the reverse splits. These stocks are on 5,000. They're splits. Now we had this move basically to 10, and it went way down to like a quarter. On the daily chart, you have to move to 12, the gap. This tried to bounce to 8, bounce to 2, bounce to 4. Came all the way back to this quarter line. A little bit below. See this? And we ran this 50 cents for most of the year, and then it bounced up July, got to 150. Now look at this gap down. See, on these stocks too, people like penny stocks, oh, you lose your money. You know, they'll bounce up too. If you're buying at a quarter, unless it's going bankruptcy, you know, they'll bounce again. These are good swing holds. Sometimes they take long. They'll take months even. So September, look at this, bounce on this 25 line. December bounced up to 50. You know, came back, look at 1320 EMA rolling up. Big move, 75 plus. And look at the pullback days, lower volume. These higher volume spikes are good. You want to see that. So we're in the gap now, like middle of the gap. We got to get above 75 and stay, and then really smoke that $1 line. Really crush that $1 line and get the 150. And there's another gap. I pretty much have no doubt we're going to get the 1 to 150. I really like this long. Stop will be 50 cents, or else it's going to a quarter. So this is looking very promising, ONTX. NSPR. Inspire MD, 35 million float. The growth's going down 34%, short growth. Market cap 25 million, cash 10 million, revenue 3 million, 0.4 million, assets 15 million. Stock splits are talking about this 861%. Institution insiders are both below 5%. Debt is 1.27 million, which is good. It's only valued at 9 million though. And what do? They're a medical device company which engages in development and commercialization of stent platform technology for treatment in complex vascular and coronary disease. Its products are marketed for mainly in patients with acute coronary syndromes, notably acute myocardial infarction and saphenous vein graft coronary interventions. The company was founded in 2005, headquartered in Tel Aviv, Israel. So they do a lot of stents with vascular and coronary disease. Inside there's about 105,000 no real cells. Sales 3 million, float 32 million FinViz. No news since November 29th on FinViz. What else we got? Anything else? Neurovascular flow, diverts blood flow away from cerebral aneurysms in Europe, Latin America, Middle East. This is another stock, this stock, 5 million, it wasn't 5 million. They've done 4 reverse splits since 2015. Yeah, so the stock went down, keeps going down. Every time we go down, so look at the recent move. The recent gap right here, we have 250 back down, went to 150. Came all the way down to this 30-cent line. Then we channeled back and forth to 40 cents. Really made a nice move. Look at this volume the last week. Got up to the 70-cent level. It's very good for this stock. The way these are running again, these are all to the long side now. This is all long bias. So this gets to 1. Got to break 75, get to 1. And then if this, maybe goes back and forth, gets to 150, we could get to 250 eventually in this. It's possible. They've done offerings. They could do an offering again. Who knows with this company? It's possible. You don't want this to go below 45, and then secondary stop would be like 30 cents. So you have to be aware of the offerings of stock. This really spikes up. The 253. It wouldn't surprise me if they do an offering. But it's on a nice roll. Let's get to 1, which I think we can, and then we'll see beyond there on NSPR. ADXS. All right, this is ADXS. Float 88 million. Short growth is down 83%. Market cap 63 million. Cash 23 million. Revenue 254,000. Assets 40 million. Stock splits, talking about it, 275%. Insiders 5%. Institutions and 12%. Has current debt 6 million. It's only valued at 15 million, so it's very overvalued right now. What do? Biotechnology company engages in discovery and development of commercialization of cancer immunotherapies. Manages platform technology that utilize live Listeria monocytogenes bioengineered to secrete antigen or adjuvant fusion proteins. It has 4 franchises in various stages of clinical and preclinical development, namely HPV-associated cancers, prostate cancer, neoantigen therapy, hotspot mutation therapy. The company was founded June 5th, 1987, headquartered in Princeton, New Jersey. They do a lot of cancer immunotherapies. Insiders have just sold 3,000 shares. That past year, nothing much on the buy-sell level, though. 0.3 million sales, 62 million float, FinViz. No news recently in this. It's founded in 2002. Just reading the phase 2 clinical. Just reading real fast. All right. This was in 2005. They came out. Actually, draw a big line here. You draw a line here, you draw a really deep line, on this low now. See this? This is a weekly or a monthly, all the way from 2005. It goes back and forth, tightening. The highs getting lower. You can see the weekly went all the way down. You had a reverse split back in March. Starting to creep up. Look at that big volume. See in the daily. Daily went to, where did this get us low? About 20 cents. See this come down all the way down. Tried to work the way up to 140. Came back down to 30 cents. And then look at this big volume here since December. All these penny stocks and a lot of stocks. Since November, December, the really accumulation, heavy volume. People are in this. The market is just going right now. And people are jumping in. So you want to keep your stop, 45 cents, 40. You don't want it to go below that. Otherwise, go all the way past that down like 20 cents. Approaching 70. So you get to 75, 80 cent level. As this starts to go up, you want that one level. If we can get past one, it did before, it got to 150. We could test that 150 again. I would take it one and then see what happens there. And see if this 125, 150 levels, this really keeps going here. A lot of these biotechs have drugs. I don't know when they're going to be released. You got to look that up, like the phases, phase 1, 2, 3 trials could be part of it. But this is looking pretty good. See this, the wide width, and it's getting smaller, and it looks like it wants to really go up here with the big volume. So look for them levels on ADXS. Here's ALRN, ALRN Therapeutics, 28 million float, short growth 10%, market cap 73 million, cash is 14 million, 22 million in assets. StockTwit's talking about this, 897%, insiders own 30%, institutions 6%. Debt is 5 million, it's valued enterprise 44 million. And what do? They do therapeutics, clinical stage, biopharmaceutical, engages in the development and commercialization of novel class therapeutics, treatment of cancer, other diseases, therapeutics for treatment of cancer. Lead products is ALRN 6924, which is cell permeating peptide. It disrupts interaction of P3 suppressors, all this stuff. They have a tumor suppressor, non-mutant or wild type P3 cancers. Company was founded by Gregory L. Bertine, Rosanna Kapler, and Hu M. Nash, Joseph A. Yannick III, Lauren David Walensky. 2005, it's headquartered in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So it's another clinical stage biopharma that treats basically cancers and other diseases. And they had 3.93 million buys last year on the insiders buying, which is good. Sales I don't have here in Chinviz, 27 million float. Announced completion of 35 million direct offering with participation by new fundamental healthcare invest. Offering price at $1.10. Now let's look at this chart on the monthly. This came about in 2017, came all the way down. But this weekly, this is just going down, 2019. Then we bounce to 2. And we come back to 50 cents. We get a little bit below. This one almost to 25. We bounced up again. See this 2 level? 2 level again, but it can't break that 2 level. This 2 level is a big resistance level all the way back. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 touches plus. So let's go to the daily. See this? See this spike's good. Well, this came down. Then it went up again, but it can't hold. Yeah, and it might have held for a few days, but look, it goes way back into the channel. Here, here's another one. Now, this is the biggest volume I've seen in a long time. See this volume? This crushes that August volume. And if we really break through here, look for the 253, 354 level. And if it really gets going, look at this 5 level right there. If you have some like drug approved or something like that. Otherwise, it could do this. It might come back up again and then bounce in this channel. It looks like eventually we'll want to break this channel. See this? And then go up. Because this low is still getting higher. You want this $1 to hold too. See this level? Very important, this 1 level. You don't want it to go below 1. And you don't want to go really below here either. But as of right now, you don't want it to go below, well, really 175, but 150. So this has good potential, though. I like this chart. Eventually, it will bust through, probably some major news. That's how they work, these stocks. They're going to battle back and forth to a really big explosion. So that is on ALRN. ATOS, TASA Therapeutics, 25 million float. Short growth, 864%. Wow. Market cap, 46 million. Cash, 9 million. Assets, 11 million. Stock splits, 458%. Not much on insiders. Institutions, 11% down. Debt, 31,000, which is good. Enterprise value is only 1.18 million. So market cap 46 million, but it's worth nothing. 1 million? That's not good. What they do, they operate a clinical stage pharmaceutical company which focuses on development of novel therapeutics, delivery methods of treatment, breast cancer, other breast conditions. It offers Foresight and ARGUSite diagnostic tests. Tests provide personalized information about 10-year and lifetime risk of breast cancer to women between ages 18 and 65. They offer breast cancer treatment options that help monitor potential recurrence. The company was founded by Stephen C. Quay and Shu T. Chen in December 2008 and is headquartered in Seattle. So they do all kinds of treatment for clinical stage breast cancer and breast conditions. They offer diagnostic tests. No insider information. I have no sales on Finviz. I have a 9 million float. So this is kind of like very, not much information on this. COVID-19 origin and spread linked to PA hospital, Wuhan metro system by physician scientist Dr. Stephen Quay. That's him. So they have Hamifixin, which is phase 2. Changed its name 2020. It's founded in 2009. So, they have phase 2 studies to treat and prevent breast cancer. This company doesn't seem like the big enterprise value. It wasn't surprised they're working on something, COVID or something. I wasn't surprised they put out a headline. Did I see anything? They did a direct offering, 25 million. That was on January 6th. No, not much information here for Visa. This is a little more sketchy, this stock. The stock came down. You had 2 reverse splits. Back here in 2016, came all the way back, another one, 2018. And it's bottom at 82 cents. See this? We bounced that 4 level, then came back down. Now go to the daily. So you have to reverse split 2016. This came all the way back. Getting into this channel. See the highs getting lower. Another descending triangle. And then you had a touch here. touch it like 75, touch again. So double bottom, then it would triple bottom here. In March, it really took off from 75 cents all the way to like 475.5. It was a big, big run. Then we pull back, bounce a little bit, bounced again, get a gap down. Then you have very heavy volume here compared. See this? Look at the volume. This is extremely high. Look at this, like the tops, like mountain tops, 31 million. You know, back here, you're doing like 2, 3, 5 million. You have a big gap here now. You have this line holding like 85, 90 cents. Looks like you in a wrap. Just try to get over one, fell back, just trying again. Yeah, I wouldn't see why this wouldn't fill this gap here. I mean, you could draw a line here. You could say right here, that's like a trend line, and in the trend line, a wider trend line, which would put it 125.50 spike. If this gets here, you might want to sell. Yeah, if it really gets bigger news or something happens, if you get to 175.2, and then you don't want this to go below. Is this low here really? 80 cents. But with the immediate gap right here and the way the volume is, I mean, people are buying down here. That's obviously what it is. They're pushing this stock up or accumulating for this move up, this spike up on ATOS. Now they have a phase 2. I'm not sure what else they have. If anyone has that information. So just reading here. Just reading anything. So, they do offerings. They seem like they don't have a lot of cash. So I wouldn't be surprised. This is the thing too. When these companies need cash, they're going to put out press releases, right? It wouldn't surprise me if they come out saying, oh, we're working on COVID-19, I don't know, for this, or whatever the news is, because they need cash. They need something to pump this stock up. So they pump it up. This goes like 2, 3, whatever. You can do an offering, raise cash, stock's higher, market cap will be higher by then. So you can clearly see this has been the bottom of this trend line, then to the middle, then to the middle. It hasn't come to this top of this trend line again. So if we do pop 150 to 2, and then watch that 90 level. All right, that's on ATOS. So some good ones here. ATOS, a little bit sketchy, but technicals don't look that bad. ALRN has some potential. ONTX, there's some pretty good ones in this group of 5 here. All right, so please subscribe. StockWits, Mike Cayman Trades. Instagram, Mike Frank98. TikTok, Mike Frank with triple small I's. Twitter, Mike Frank 007. And Trade Ideas, go on my YouTube. Trade Ideas referral. I'm not sure if I even have that right, but Trade Ideas is great information on stocks. So that's it. Please subscribe and like. And maybe I'll do a few more later if I have energy. I need to go to the gym. So that's it. Peace out, guys.